another fun little folio that I have created. This is using a Shabby Florals kit that I will be putting out on Etsy. So here we have the front closure, just some seam binding, and when you open it up, there's a little tuck on the inside with a journal card. Little sparkles there. And here we have a little flip out. This has a little tag and a journaling card. And I put some bling on the butterfly and one of the sentiments that comes in the kit. And you open it up and you have another tuck here with a journaling card. It's another butterfly with some bling. And then this right here is a pocket that holds 3 tags. Okay. And then there are a couple of ticket strips in the kit, and I cut 3 of them apart. And then these are some embellishments that come in the kit. They can be placed wherever you'd like. These are just little miniatures of really old documents. Okay. And then this opens up here, and in the middle here we have a pocket with one of the sentiments. Another little pocket tuck there. We have a journaling card that goes in here. And then we have some tags. I did not do any decorations on the tags because it was getting kind of bulky. Okay, that goes in here. Goes in there. All right, and here on this flap we take everything out. We have little crisscross pockets here, okay, with some lace and bling. These little journaling cards are up here on the top. Tag there, a couple of tickets. And in the bottom here, we have 2 more tags. Okay, then you open it up again. And here on this side, we have a pocket. And the flap has a little tuck on the inside with a journaling card. And here in the pocket, I've added a couple of little pieces of ephemera from the kit and a sentiment, a little piece of lace. And we have this journaling card, this tag, and a ticket strip. And then this just tucks in here like that. All right, the folio does have a small journal in it. It's 8 pages or 32 front and back. I did not decorate it except for the first page. And we have a little circle embellishment on the front with a butterfly. I put some cheesecloth behind it and one of the sentiments. Like I said, this is just plain. I did print, there are 4 neutrals in the kit, one of them being this pink and white stripe, one being this kind of tea-dyed, and then this is kind of a bluish green, looks almost like watercolor, and then a very soft peachy watercolor. There's the pink and white stripe, and we start over again. There's the center. And then we have one of these 3-pocket things with some tags. Okay, and the journal is removable. It's just in here with some elastic cord, so you can replace it if you want to. And this is a flip with a belly band on the back, another tag. Here's one of the circle embellishments, and I used a scallop punch to make the edges scalloped. It is a big circle in the kit. There's a sentiment. Over here we have a corner pocket with a journaling card and 2 tags. Okay. And I put some lace on that pocket too. And then here we have a very large pocket with 2 very large tags. Okay. And then we go to the back here, and we have, already covered that, didn't I? All right. And here on the very back of the folio is another pocket with a cover. These are in a little tuck pocket here inside. And then we have a journaling card and 3 tags, which I left plain. Okay, and then here on the bottom, we have one of the sentiments, some cheesecloth, and one of the little embellishments from the kit. And these little circles are also in the kit, but they were punched out with a scallop punch as well. Okay. And then it just ties here on the side. There's where our journal is. And I did put a piece of washi tape in just to reinforce that spine a little. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how this kit comes together. The only thing, I used all of the pieces of the kit in the folio, every single one of them. The only thing I added was the seam binding, some eyelets and some of the tags, and I inked all the edges. This here was also added. Okay guys, so let me show you how this comes together. But before I do that, I'm going to do a really quick insert a flip. I'm going to insert a flip through of the kit before we start the tutorial so you can see all of the pieces. I've cut out all of the parts of the kit, and I've inked around the edges so as not to bore you with those things. So what we're going to start with first is the piece that looks like this in your kit, which is the main part of the folio cover. And then these 2 pieces are panels that we are going to glue as decoration to the backs of this. To reinforce this part right here, I am going to use either some washi tape or some DIY cello tape. So let me see what I've got. Okay, I'm going to go with, I was looking for some washi tape that was the same, maybe a little smaller width than the spine here, but I couldn't find anything. So we're going to use this kind of neutral script tape, and that will go across the entire spine. But I'm going to put some glue stick on it. So our journal is going to actually be sewn in right here, so we want that to be good and strong. And that looks pretty good. Okay, for the inside of the folio, I have printed this pink stripe. That is a sheet that is in your kit. You can choose, there's 4 pages that you can use to print on the back of your items that will be shown. I decided to go with the pink stripe for the inside of this, but you use whatever you want. All right, so let's go ahead and get these panels glued down. So here's my prototype. So we want to make sure that we follow along using this. Okay. Give those little creases another press. All right. So the next piece we're going to put on is our closure, which is this piece right here. And in this, you'll also see another little spine. This is about 3/8 of an inch. This will give us plenty of room to put all our stuff down in. If you want, and I might go ahead and do that if I can lift this up without hurting anything. Because this matches, you can do it like that. If it bothers you, you can put this piece on before laying down these panels. And I'm not going to do that because the glue is already starting to set. So let's go ahead. That's just an option. You don't have to. All right, let's go ahead and put this piece down. And lay that down as close to the edge as you can get it. Make sure everything is lined up really well. And that looks good. And now we can add this piece. Now this is printed on both sides. If you want your stripes going up and down to match the inside, you can do it that way. I want mine to be different, so I'm going to lay it down this way. And the other parts that we're going to put down, they can also, you have some options. You just have to make sure that what you're putting down is going to fit in that particular part of the folio, because some of the sections are not quite as wide as others. Let's go ahead and lay this down. Making sure we stay clear of this fold line. Okay, that looks good. On this part right here, we're going to put one of the little tucks and we're going to use 2 of these corner tuck type pockets, and we're going to crisscross them like this. Okay, so let me go ahead and glue down the bottom part first. Just want a little thin bead of glue along the bottom and up the side. Let's make sure we're staying clear there. That looks good. And then we're just going to place our little pocket about right here. Okay, so the next part we're going to do is this little page flip and this really tall pocket, and then there's a corner tuck here too. So this goes under the pocket, so we want to put that down first. And attached to it is a 3-pocket piece for tags. So this is our page flip. Actually, this is our page flip. These are the pockets that are going to go on, so we're going to put the pockets on first. So let me just put this out of the way. These can be sewn if you want to do that. I am just going to glue them down, and I'm just going to partially glue down here so it separates the pockets, and then we're just going to attach it just like this. Leave a little bit of space between the bottom and that little hinge. All right, so let's burnish this down really good. I think before we can go ahead and put this down, but I think before we put the pocket down, we're going to go ahead and lay down our 4th panel. Again, you can put it in this way. It's not going to show. Or you could have put it on prior to putting this panel on. It really doesn't matter. It just depends on your personal preference. So we're going to lay it down right here next to that fold line. Make sure though that we give it a little bit of space. Press that down really good. Oh, the stripes almost match perfectly there. All right. So let's go ahead and lay down this last panel that goes here. It also has a little spine. Before we glue it down though, let's go ahead and add our little decorative panel. So this is really easy to put together. I would recommend following the video. I don't put any written instructions or label all the pieces and parts. You just have to stay organized. Okay. So this is going to attach here, so let's glue this down. This particular, I love making these folio kits, but this one gave me some challenges. I used a lot of ink and spent a lot of time cutting and recutting parts out. I think we got a winner here. If not, I will make some final adjustments to the kit before I put it out on Etsy shop. Okay, so we got that. Let me make sure we don't need to put anything else down before I attach this pocket. And it does not look like we need to. So this is going to go here and right in this section. But before I add that, I'm going to put some tape. This is not required. I do it as a precautionary method because when we put in tags and we don't want them to get caught on these hinges here. So let's go ahead and put, and I'm just using sports tape or medical tape just to cover those up. You can use masking tape, use whatever you want, just as long as it's going to stick really good and not pop up. Do the same thing on this side. So now your tags will have a smooth ride down into that pocket. All right, so now we can attach this. A little bit of that tape is showing out of the top, so I'm going to just trim off that corner. Okay, so that looks good, and you want a thin, although this is gushing out, but we want a thin bead of glue. Let me try, this one has a pointier tip. Let me try that. This is Barely Arts glue. As thin as you can get it, so we want plenty of room in that pocket. Of course, it also helps if you can glue a straight line. Okay. Okay, let's put this down and center it between these two fold lines. Use light pressure so we don't spread that glue out too badly. Okay, so that's down. All right, so we have this little flap with 3 pockets. And on this panel right here, we're going to put one of our belly bands. Looks like it's just a smidge too long, so I'm going to trim off just a little smidgen of that. All right, and then glue across the top and the bottom, and we'll put something in that later. Golly, this glue is crazy coming out. Take some of that excess off. And then just center this. All right, moving on to this side, we have, let's see, we're going to use one of these pockets that has a flap coming over. All right, so let's go ahead and get that glued down. So that fits nicely in there. And then this we'll glue down up here. So I'm putting this right up to the top and making sure that it is centered over that pocket. All right, and here we're going to put one of our little tucks. It's going to glue that down right there. You don't have to put it on the side. You can put it on the bottom if you want it to. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so for a closure, I'm going to take one of these little circle embellishments in the kit. They are a round circle, and I just used this little scallop punch. Thought it was prettier. Okay, so we're going to glue these two pieces together just to make it nice and sturdy. Okay. And then we're going to glue down, let's see, I like that side better. Just glue down a little bit of the lower portion. I'm going to set that down right there, centered, and that makes our little closure. Okay, now moving on to the next panel, which is this right here. And we have our little stacking pockets. Go like this. Okay. So I'm gonna put down this top pocket first. Okay, next goes on this piece, and we want to line it up so that this corner meets that corner. Okay, that looks good. And then our bottom pocket, which is going to lay all the way down to the bottom of the panel. All right, that looks great. That looks really good. All right, now moving on to the next panel, which is this back panel. I am putting, and I'll already see that we have a boo-boo, but that's okay. We'll get around that. This pocket here could have, again, like the other ones, we could have put this down under this before we glued this panel down, but it's okay. It's all good. It's still not going to show. You would think as many times as I've done this in designing this kit that I would now know what to do, but that's what happens. All right, so on the inside of here, we're going to put another little pocket. 3 of these come in the kit. This is the third one we're using. And on the front side, we have this little corner pocket. And I can see that I've already rounded the corners, so I'm going to round the corners on this to match it. So on this panel goes down our second little 3-tag pocket. It's going to go down right here, and then this will hinge underneath, and it'll go on there like that. Okay, hope that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Put that in the center. Let me find my spine. looks about center. Open that up gently, burnish that down. And then we can put this down. I'm going to crease those a little bit better. I will say none of the pockets in the kit come with a notch because everybody has a different preference for what they like. I used this sort of envelope punch notch punch to do mine. You can use a circle punch. You can use whatever you like to use. All right, so we're going to lay this down right over top of that hinge. Make sure that it closes good. Get everything another good press. So this is what we're looking like so far. It's closing up nicely. So we have one more panel that we can put something, and I'm going to put this second pocket that has an upper flap on it. Okay, that's going to go there. And we'll close it up the same way. And so let's go ahead and get that glued down the same way we did the other one. And on this flap, we're going to put one of our little corner pockets, just like that. I'll do that after I glue this in. All right, and then we're going to take a couple more little circles for our closure. So this is what we've done. That's our front. And I'm going to use probably a little tiny piece of Velcro as my closure. You can use whatever you want. You can use some seam binding and just tie it up. I'm just going to close mine with Velcro. I am covered in glue. Okay. There's our front panel. We opened it up, and this is one more piece we need to put down. We need to put down a little side tuck right here. I forgot to do that. And make sure I don't have to trim it. Nope. All right, so we got a tuck there. We have a flip here with a pocket and a tuck there. Then we have this 3 pocket for tags. And then we open it up and we have 3 more pockets here, stacking pockets. We have pocket here and a pocket here and a pocket there. We open it up again and we have this pocket with a cover on it and a little tiny pocket tuck there. Okay. We have a belly band on the inside of that pocket, and then a very large pocket for some large tags there. Okay, and on the back we have another 3 pocket. We have a little flip here with a pocket and a tuck. Okay, and that closes that up. And on the very back, we have another pocket with a tuck there. Okay, so now it's time to decorate. And we have I have one of these slash pockets left over you can put inside your journal. There, I have 8 pages for a journal. So that makes, 32 front and back. This is not going to be decorated. And it is just going to fit inside the folio. Right here. And I think that'll fit nicely without any issues. Let's see what it looks like closed up. Yep, we still have plenty of room. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to get that in. We have all of these tags and journal cards that we need to put in. Just a couple of ticket strips and some additional embellishments that we can use. So I'm not going to decorate this on camera. You need to decorate yours any way that you wish to. And once it's decorated, we'll come back and we'll do a full flip through of the folio. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you'll give the kit a try. Just follow along with this. Slow it down. Stop it as you're putting it together. It's just a matter of being organized. I cannot emphasize that enough. Okay? All right. So